Okay, this is Make Something Happen 29, Play with Tiny Survey Pages. Now what we've done in the book is we have built ourselves a fake application. It's extremely fake, but the idea is that it's not to be used, it's to be used as the basis or a vehicle for discussion about what the program's supposed to do. And we can do this, we can play with it if we are in the downloaded sample code as files on our PC. We can go into the code folder. We can then go into chapter 7, application design, which is where we are. And I can open up the prototype file, folder, and here we have all the documents that make up our fake application, and they contain the bare minimum, the absolute bare minimum of code to make it look a bit like the application we're going to use. And if I click on the index page, we'll get a page that looks like the index coming into the browser. Here we go. And there it is. It's my tiny survey, and it's already been filled in with the title of the survey, which is Rob's Pizza. This is, if I right click on, if I do the, let's have a little look inside. Let's have a look at the code inside the page. I've pressed F12. It'll be here in a minute. There we go. If I now go and have a look at the source, I can look at the source files for this. Oh, okay. Don't care about that. Let's go have a look in here for the index page. This is the one, and this contains just the messages that we've seen on the screen. There's the text, there's the button that opens it, and there's the enter the survey topic and click open, and we have an import which is at the moment is just fixed to the value Rob's Pizza. And if I click on this button to open it, here we go, then the program now transfers us. The page now moves us on to the other page. What I'll do is I'll go back and show you what's really happening. We're using a feature of JavaScript, which is a way in which I can open a different page from the one I'm in programmatically. So the function do enter options runs, and it calls a method built into JavaScript called window.open, and that's given the name of the page and then a thing which means self. That means don't open it in a new tab or a new window. I want it on this page. So we click that button and it opened up the enter options.html. And if I do this, we will see that again we have a pre-filled in, and I can show you the code for that. Same thing. And what's happening now is it's margarita, pepperoni, chicken, ham and pineapple, mushroom, whichever you prefer. So someone has typed these in. They then press start to actually start the survey, and we have the same structure here. Do start survey runs when the start button is clicked, and inside that we open another window. There it is, and that's actually going to display the page select option.html. So we'll click it and see what happens. So this is the page that I would hit if I was inventing a survey. If I wanted to find out what toppings to order for tonight's pizza, I put this up, I put in my preferred choices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now anybody can vote for those. If we hit start, the survey starts, and we have a chance to vote. And so the user will click one of these, and because the code, let's have a look at the code, why not, it's here. The code has an input type of radio, which is a radio button. There it is. It has a particular name, so we can label it, which is fine. And it has an ID, which is used as well to pick it up. And so this is effectively still fake stuff, but because I'm using radio buttons and because of the way they behave when they're set up like this, I can click these and it'll let me pick the one I want. So we can talk through this, and then if I click send, that will send my preference. But of course, if we look at the program, what really happens is it opens up another HTML page that contains the send behavior, and it says, okay, these are all, again, look at the code, these are all fake numbers because they're hardwired in as paragraphs, 1, 3, 2, 0, and mushroom has got 1 vote, and so they don't do anything. The reload button does nothing because this is a fake app. Now you would use this if you were heading for a meeting with the customer and you and the customer wanted to discuss how the application should work. So you would knock this together as quickly as you can. In fact, you can use this kind of Rob's Pizza tiny survey template to make your own, build your own app with however many pages it needs, and navigation between them, and you can then go and see your customer and you can talk about what it should do at each point. And they might say, actually, I'd prefer to have so-and-so happen before so-and-so, or what about the option to do blah de blah on this page, and you can talk it through. It's much easier and in fact quicker than drawing it up on paper in my experience, and it actually works quite well. There's nothing here that works, but that's not the point. Any time spent in making this work might well be wasted because it may never get done in that form. The customer might say, actually, we found a better way of doing it, or we're going to use something else instead. But as far as you're concerned, this is a vehicle for discussion. It's also, if you're building a thing from scratch for yourself, it's a great way of prototyping it, because you can show your mum, your friends, whatever, and go through it with them and get ideas from them of how it should work. So that's basically this Make Something Happen. We've had a play with the survey pages, we've had a look inside, and we now know what we are going to build. Thank you.